This is the spring 2014 market, and I wanted to make a little video to show some of the more elaborate pieces and how they fit the hair. We've got stills, but I think the people that weren't able to come to market are going to benefit, and even the people that came to market and maybe missed a piece or two. So anyway, Hannah, who everybody knows, is going to be our model, and I've styled her hair in kind of a half up, half down almost style that pulls the hair back and opens you up to place some of these more cap-like and more statement-y pieces. This was our best seller at market, which is such a shock. Not an inexpensive piece at $364, I believe, $365. This is a piece that's very organic and has a lot of texture to it. Little enamel flowers with clear crystal, light Colorado and black diamond. So it has a really great tone. Touches of gold. Gold was very important this season. Evidently lots of dresses are going to have touches of gold, and we did hear pink. Anyway, this one for Hannah, I probably would place it asymmetrically like this. And I would just put a couple little pins to hold it. You can just find a spot that's empty and just slide a bobby pin in to hold it in place here and there. So anyway, yeah, turn a couple ways. You know, this has got such an interesting shape. You can really place it into the hair. Anyway, we love that one. I also had a small comb version, and I really thought people would love this one. It would be the eye candy that would bring people in to buy this small version, but that isn't really what happened. People just went for it. But here's the comb. So if you can imagine that placed wherever. We also did it in all clear crystal, and if you didn't want that little touch of gold that's in a couple of the spots, it could be all brought out, and that would be more of the tone. So that one's called Midsummer Night's Dream, and the comb version is $80. So, you know, if you didn't want to make this huge investment in this statement piece, two of the comb versions are only $160, so, you know, you would have a little more of a statement without quite, you know, the investment. Getting it out, though, that's really the trick. This little thing, it likes to nestle in the hair. Okay, the next piece I want to show is called Fancy Pants, and I resurrected material I haven't used in a while, these resin flowers, and set it with some little rocailles and crystals, a little bit of pearl, gold and silver metal. So it's also got an interesting tone. It's going to be something that'll bring out horsehair and organza. And some of those dresses that have a lighter than air feel, some of the pieces that are just chunky crystal or even little sprays of crystals can be a little dense and heavy-handed, where this takes on the texture of the lightness of those fabrics. And I'm just placing this right back here. Ooh, put your head down. Yeah, I'll show you. Okay. Next piece is called Human Nature, and it was the product of quite a bit of research. We called several stores around the country. You guys, whoever you are, might be one of them. And we wanted to actually design towards specific dresses that are doing well and give our stores the perfect accessories to enhance and put a total package of sales together. And what we ended up coming up with was that really lace dresses are selling well and people want sparkle with it. So I took some of the flowers that you may have seen in other things and made a pretty little composite, almost like wildflowers. But on the top of the large ones, I used these big open flowers that recreate a re-embroidered lace texture and then just loaded it up with little crystals. So this one's called Human Nature, and it's $145, so that's like in that really great price point that is saleable. But you can see in the hair, you really get a lot of negative space with this one that creates a pretty shape. With it, I made, this is the bracelet, Human Nature, and this one I'm not gonna lie to you, it's exactly the same spatial relationships as Blythe Spirit, which is our #1 bracelet for so long. So I just translated into enamel flowers and crystals that really great size. So it's a good complement with this. And I put on Hannah with this. These are not new, the seed earrings. They're $60 a pair. I'm just selling tons of those on trunk shows, and the reorder is very strong on it. What was new this season, I did a pendant necklace to go with it, which is $60. So this is also in that great saleable range of items, and it's perfect with anything. Hannah's got on silk taffeta, it's pretty with that. You know, really satin, lace, everything. So the statement piece that I did, Human Nature statement piece, is $315, and several people decided to do half of this piece. They didn't want this full band, which that would be a really beautiful ornament just on its own, and would be half of the $315 price. But you know, this is we did see a lot of people wanting these statement pieces, so this one surprised us and did very well. I'm going to turn towards the camera a little bit. It's so pretty. Here Hannah's wearing the flyaway earrings. These are $75, and did pretty well at market. They have kind of a modern feel with the chain, but we did them to have also that 20 spin that people are still asking for. And the pendant that I'm wearing is $75, and we found several people buying those based on the Objects of Desire pendant. That's doing well. Here, Moon Moth's bracelet, and I'm going to put a little, this one's $145. It's a touch of gold and silver with little baguettes, and then I did a little hair comb that is $135. That is just a detail from the necklace, or sorry, bracelet. And let me show you, this is kind of a redesign of a popular piece that was called Ballroom. This one's called Thriller, and it is $240. So we took out some of the heavier beading pieces. We're able to bring it down about $100, and this one's always been a strong piece for us. And I think it ought to be better now that we've got an even more competitive price point going. You just put a pin or two in to hold it. And this can really just be anywhere in the hair, anywhere that you want to accent. Okay, this was another very strong piece for us, Liberian Girl. It's $135, and it's got some brass plated flowers that have a lot of chunky gold crystal on top, and it really serves the purpose of everybody coming in needing gold. It's not so gold, it's very muted and downplayed. I could have plated these in gold, it's going to make it a little brighter. I just wanted it to be very soft, a very soft shine. So at $135, it's a great little comb. It just fits nicely anywhere you want it. And I did a statement band in this collection as well, and it can be worn flat like this, and I could have just tucked these bands into her hair. And this one is $315. And it can also be worn if you want more of a tiara look, which I don't hear that often, but it's always nice to have around. It's kind of nice that you could have two things in one. And whenever I put a tiara on, I'm not sticking it up front and straight. I'm usually angling it back into the hair. And look how beautiful that line can be. I think everybody kind of forgets about how pretty that is. And people had such a tiara fear for so long that I think you should be prepared for that statement piece leading into something that's a little showier. But I like this too. And she has on some earrings that were part of a collection, which there are 4 earrings. This was the strongest seller of the group. It's called 2000 Watts, and it was 110. And we had 2 other earrings. I'm going to let you hold these, Hannah. This is called Dancing Machine, large and small. And when you just step off screen, and I'm going to have to use my cheat sheet here. The large one's $235, the small one's $170. And this little version, which you can see with Hannah, is really just the bottom on a post. It's called Black or White, and it's $75. And one of the pretty things about all these earrings is there are 4 sides in here, and they're all 4 crystals. So no matter how this earring turns, you get a shot of shine from every angle. This pave leaf comes as a, well, you can buy them singly, but there's a large, medium, and a small size. And the medium and small are $195 for the pair, or you can buy them singly. And the large one's not $195. I don't know, if somebody wanted a very, very busy look, I'd put all this together, but I just stuck them in her hair so you could see either how one or the other might look. Little tidbit, our daughter Ruth just got married 3 weeks ago, and this is what she wore, and I love it. I think it's beautiful. Now the necklace that Hannah has on, this is Stranger in Moscow, and it's $200, and we did a matching bracelet, and it's the kind of bracelet that has that 20s style again. It's going to fit down on the hand. I really kind of wanted to make the kind that wraps around your finger, but that was going to be a fit nightmare for everybody, so we just opted to lower the design, hang onto the hand. Your ring looks good with that.
Thank you.
And then this was actually the stronger selling bracelet from this collection. It's called Bad, and it's $150. And I love all this negative space with it. It's very dainty. It has a really beautiful amount of shine while still being delicate. So I think that's pretty. And then I just paired, I didn't do a specific earring because I had so many that supported it. But this is our Lush Life earring. And I believe, let's see, that earring's $55. So that's one you may already have, but it's been strong a long time, and it's just enough with this necklace. This little face veil is called Remember the Time, and again, I wanted to support lace, so there's some little strips of lace that have crystal under this little poof with a little flowerette on top. When I'm doing a trunk show, I often get asked for, and I'm sure everybody is getting the same question, people wanting the face veil with Russian net. And I like it in a beauty shot. It doesn't work with a lot of dresses for me. It's very front heavy, it's design heavy, and most people, if they want to wear their hair down, that throws the balance of the whole thing off. So I'm actually showing this with hair up, but made from tulle. It's a much more diaphanous illusion that is complementary. Like this is a little bright for Hannah's dress, color-wise, but in a deeper shade would have been just blending with this. So it's got a few little sprays of crystal. It also had this cute little beauty mark in front. That can always be eliminated if you just don't want it. But at $140, I just think it's a really cute face veil. And you know, after the ceremony, they can pull this back and wear it just like a little poof. You know, it can be moved. You know, I think it's a really pretty little veil, and we did sell a few of these at market. People do like it. Thought I'd throw in another fabric ornament that we did. We are seeing a big decline in little flowers and ornaments, but based on another piece that we have, Make 'em Whoopee, we wanted to have another thing that gives brides that little Russian net thing they're after without covering up their face. This is just, you know, from the front you can see it just creates this little silhouette of softness. I put a kind of statement flower. This one is tipped in pink with green leaves, but we also have it in ivory. So, you know, if you don't want to add that little touch of blush, although we did hear tons of pink. And when a dress is pink, I kind of don't want to overload it with tons of pink accessories. I want that dress to be the star, and I want to support it. And I think these little tips of pink would be pretty with that, would lighten the whole thing. So this is called In the Closet, and it's $140. I think this is kind of a pretty accent piece, and it's at that decent price point. She's also got on a mini chandelier earring called Jam, and these are 100. And it's just a really pretty little filigree earring. It's not, it's got all that shape of a statement chandelier, but in a miniature size. And I think it's a good size. I haven't had this one on the road to really test it, but I have a feeling that it's going to do well. And it did well at market. This veil is called Cry, and it's one of the more unusual veils that I've created, and I really love this one, and it was our bestseller. So many people got this one. They didn't get it in gold. Most people got it in silver, but I'm going to show you both. It's $145 in gold, $125 in silver, because I actually have to paint some darkness into this gold. It's a little bright, and I want it to be more muted. So it's a 90-inch circle, so it's going to hit like right about the back of your calf. And you can either wear it over the face or not. You can just pull this back and wear it like this. And I think everybody was very, very pleased with how beautiful this is and how different. I'm going to grab the silver version. Okay, this veil, it actually has a comb built into it. I wanted to show that it's actually very easy to wear. It stays in well. You just put that comb right in the middle of someone's hair and pull it back, and it should stay in. And that would give you a really nice way to know how to fit it too. It's not just wherever. You're going to put it in there, and that way, when you bring the veil back, if you have too many of the details forward, when you bring it back, you see the back side. If you put the comb on top, then it just holds it into the right space. See how that would be if you pulled it too far back. This is just going to sit in the right spot. And show the sides. There's that side, and this is that side. I did a lot of little crystals and jewels into the hair, which is just, looks so pretty on the hair. Our best-selling belt/hair ornament was Earth Song at $135. And this piece, you just lay it in the hair. And it has kind of a long double ribbon if you're using it for a belt, but as a hair piece, you know, you could decide to trim that if you didn't want all this length coming down the back. But let me show the side. Ends right about the back of the ear. And it's got a tiny bit of pearl, but mostly sparkle. And then as a belt, we've soldered all the jump rings shut, so you can use this on a dress as well. I think I could probably just put it kind of high on you. There we go. You can see how that would be as a belt. Very dainty and delicate. And I love that with a dress.